Hey, welcome to the first episode of Blue Mohawk Survival. I'm going to start out by showing y'all my bug out bag. It's not going to contain too many weapons, which I know is what y'all want to hear over there in Brain Stew, but this is the stuff that'll keep you alive. Alright, to start out with, I want to show you what I carry in my basic fire starting kit. First off, multiple lighters. The worst thing you want to do in a survival situation is get a lighter wet. So they're not always the best. You might want to take a pack of matches that you keep in a Ziploc bag, which you keep everything in, but still. Also, I have these. They're waterproof matches. It cost me about $2.26 from China. They have an all-purpose striking surface. Doesn't matter if it gets wet. Also, I have some toothpicks to start fires. It's a small tinder, but it works. This basically will allow you to do what it's supposed to do. Not genital hygiene. Hold on a minute. Wait a minute. Oral hygiene. And also, it will allow you to start tinder in a moist environment. Also, I have just a piece of paper out of a Marlboro pack. Also have a receipt that's folded up. Multiple paper bags. Most people think are garbage. Not me. Also 3 pieces of cotton, which you can soak in some kind of starter fluid and really get something going. Also another receipt, and I think besides the extra cordage that I have in here, which can be used to, tie around a bundle of sticks, make a tribal match, which I'll show y'all in a later video. It's worth its weight in gold, honestly. Also, I also carry blaze fuel, which is for Schaefer dishes. No, it ain't Chauffeur. Schaefer dishes. The things that you see at like parties with a buffet, and those are the little things that burn underneath the pots. Awesome. You can make a torch with it. You can just about do anything with these as long as it's related to fire. Alright. Also, what I carry in here, these are the multiple connectors, because I know none of y'all want to be without technology, right? Well, all of these are connectors to different devices, and all of these connect to this. This can plug into a wall, or it can get power from the sun. So it's a solar-powered device. And as you can see, I've had it sitting out in the sun today, and it's fully charged. It took about 6 hours to get this charge. Also, I carry a basic fishing kit. What I have here, if I can get it open, is a paper towel roll or a toilet paper roll. Either one will work. With 2 notches cut from end to end. That way you can wind the thread. But that's about 350 to 500 feet. I forgot how much I rolled it. But that's 20-pound test fishing line. Also, I have assorted weights. Sorry, jerked that off camera. And y'all gotta give a hand for Amy that's being patient with me for filming this. Some fishing hooks, a blender, and your wife's panties. No, I'm just joking. Also have an extra quart. And that's about it for the fishing kit, except for this. Now this is an extendable. I'll pull that out for you. Oh, sweetie, I got the cord wrapped around it. But basically this extends into a 10, oh well, no, it's a 9.5 foot fishing pole. I carry it on the side of my pack. It also has an extra cord weighted to it and a hook. Cord. Hook's connected down there somewhere. I know it's there, so I just gotta find it. Also, back to the fire starting kit. Also have, I think it's about 1/3 of a bottle of lighter fluid, which is probably all I need when I've got all this. And also my own brand of fire starting tinder, which works excellently. It's actually got the same kind of brass in it that you can crush up and make the same oil that they use in lighter fluid itself. So this stuff will spark. Plus it's got some hardwood, softwood, and crumbled, if you can zoom in on that, some crumbled pieces of hardened soft wood. That was bad, but whatever. They understand. Alright. Next biggest thing, candles. I'll give you a video later on how to make a stove out of a computer tower, which is going to be fun because it takes 3 of these and a computer tower, and I'll show you how to make a stove out of it where you can cook just about anything on. Next thing, water filtration. The second biggest part of survival, water filtration. Alright, these are 2 filters for a regular standard fish aquarium filter. These things are carbon. Carbon is burnt wood, burnt anything, this being charcoal, but it can filter anything down to a pretty much a I forgot what they called it, but it's a milli something. It's 1,000th of a micrometer. So, I mean, it can filter it down. Still doesn't get rid of boiling it. You should always boil it first before you run it. But you get green water, boil it, still turns out green water. Run it through this, clear. Also, one of these in a survival situation. Absolutely necessary. If you're going to bug out from your house, necessary. Can't get by them. I love it because my pack, I'll show you that in a minute. My pack actually accompanies one of these. You can pull this through, fill it up with water, pull it through the back. It comes around, hooks right up to right here. You can take a drink anytime until it runs out. Awesome. Always need one of those. Alright, let's see. I guess the next thing we need to move into is how to boil water. I carry one of these. Now, inside of here, I'm not going to untie this because this is an elaborate knot, but if I pop this top off, it's got another drainage top to it, which is just drain holes. Alright, if I pop that off, it's a bucket where I can actually boil water. I can cook stuff. I mean, I love this thing. It's probably from the 1960s. But it's galvanized steel. It works. It's not going to hurt you if you boil water in it. Like some things, like if you boil alcohol or make your own alcohol with aluminum, you're going to kill yourself. But this galvanized steel, it's awesome. Next thing, shelter. Shelter is one of the biggest things ever. Alright, I carry my primary tent. It's a 3-man tent. Really, I've slept in it. It's probably a 2-man tent for the room, but it says it can sleep 3. Also, I carry this. I bought it. I think I paid $4, $5 online plus $3 shipping and handling, so it was under $10. It comes with the cordage to hook it up. I would use that for, you know, draping over wood, a secondary tent, you know, anything that I needed. It's a secondary shelter. If I had to leave this behind, that would work. After that, a standard tarp. And believe it or not, I swear to you, this fits in my bag with room to spare. Standard heavy-duty tarp. That would be what I use to cover something up that I didn't want seen. Cover something up that I didn't want wet, pretty much. But it's always good to have a tarp. I mean, I could use it as a secondary shelter if it was raining for days. I could drape that across a tree over my main tent. You know, can't go wrong with a tarp, ever. This right here is actually the top of a bigger tent that I bought before I bought this one. But basically all it is a rectangular shaped piece of vinyl. What I would use this for was to drape it from a tree, stick a hole in it, in the bottom of it after I got it draped out, because it comes with these bungee cords attached to it already. So I would just run these to different trees, get it set up, punch a hole in the bottom of it, and when it rains, there's a rain catch right there. Also, eating utensils. I keep these in a separate bag. I have a very sharp knife. Small, but very sharp and very useful. A fork. A spoon. And I just damn near cut myself on that knife. After that, I also have this, which is nothing more than a guard for a pair of clippers. But what I have wound around it is some of this cord, which in the event that I don't have paracord, which is what I'm getting to next, I can always use this. Now, paracord is always best. Always best. I have 550 here, and that's about 25 feet. I got that in a kit with something I'm about to show you in just a second. But I got this in a kit for about $12, and I got this from a friend. It's about 500 feet of 550 paracord. Cannot go without this. Alright, also I have a little bottle of shampoo. You can basically take this from any hotel you stay at. That's what I did, to be honest with you. But, hey man, to be clean, it's worth it. You don't want to smell like ass. Alright, right here, cannot go without these. These are cheap, they're inexpensive, they're just something you don't want to go without. They're survival blankets. And I've got plenty of them here. Alright, these things will keep you warm in negative 15-degree weather. And it's just basically, it feels like a sheet of aluminum. But you can also use them as a shelter. You can drape them with a piece of cordage running from between trees. You can drape them down. It's just like a tent. It keeps water off of you. It keeps heat in. It's awesome. Also, pair of gloves. I know these are the 1980s gloves, but the reason I chose them is because they insulate the fingers. So if you ever need to pick up like a hot plate or something like that, you can do it without burning yourself. Alright. I guess now go to my sleeping bag. I just chose a basic sleeping bag for this video, because this is what I would carry on my bug out bag. Basic sleeping bag, nothing fancy. It's just, it gets the job done there. I've also got a piece of paracord wrapping it from end to end so I can actually strap it to my pack. Other than that, it'll probably keep you warm from anywhere from 20 degrees to 60 degrees. But other than that, I wouldn't rely on it. But, you know, if I have to bug out, it works. Alright, let's see. Other water sources. This. I picked this up, honestly, for, I think it was like $7 online. Okay, it's a Russian military grade canteen. You can boil water in this. You hear it? It's metal. It's not plastic. The top's plastic, but the canteen itself is not. I also have a US grade Vietnam one in there that I also carry on me, but that one never been used. Perfect. Now let's get into what y'all want to get into. Alright, first off is my hatchet. My beautiful girlfriend that is actually filming this right now, she bought me this for my birthday and I love it. This thing has a lot of weight on the head end. That's perfect for chopping. For me. Everybody else may have their own agenda with one. They might want one that's balanced. I want one with more weight on the tip. That way when I'm striking, I know where that thing is going. I'm used to it. I can chop. I can turn around. I can do damage with this end to whatever I need to. There's even videos, and I'll post some down below in the description, where this actually splits cinder blocks. And I'll take it out and do it with it. I don't mind it because I know this is quality stuff. But this thing, it's a SOG. Amy, what did dude call it? I don't want to call his name online.
Don't ask me that question because I don't know.
I forgot what he called it, but I'll get that in the description too. It'll be with the video. Very good tomahawk. Plus, it also has actually it's not a tomahawk, it's a survival hatchet, but it also has this pommel on the bottom, which you can actually use as a hammer. Doubles as both. It's awesome. Love it. Alright. When it comes down to this, can't go without. That saw right there, maybe it's cheap, maybe it won't work for a long time, but there's room in my pack, so I'm taking it. Period. Now we get down to the good stuff. My favorite survival knife. You can't knock it. It's tried and true. It's been around for I don't know how many years. It's perfect. It's what Les Stroud uses, and I've used it in the field. It's just perfect. It's called the Buck 119 Special. I mean, it is sharp. It stays sharp. I've used this. I've actually never sharpened this knife, not once. And it's still just like I bought it. You can use it for skinning. You can use it for gutting. You can use it for, I mean, anything out in the field. It's just, hands down, the best hunting knife you can ever buy. Survival knife. Damn thing just works. I also picked this one up for, I think it was like $8 online. Now the sheath isn't really good. I think y'all just saw that. But now the blade on it is just mean. And it works. I've used this in the field too. Actually, this is the one that I take out the most. If you want a survival knife, you ain't got the money to spend on a buck. You don't have the $50. This one, I mean, it feels right. I bought my girlfriend one too. She loves it. Like I said, the sheath isn't really good. Then I've got this little one. Why would I pack something so cheap? Because A, it is a blade. It's something. I can sharpen that to a T. Will it withstand the test of time? Probably not if I wanted to take it out as a survival knife. But what it does have is this. That actually has a compass on it. And it also has this in the handle, which is an extra little few, get it rolled out here for you. It has a couple of matches, weatherproof matches. It has a sewing kit. It also has fishing hooks, a weight, some fishing line. And the biggest thing about this, the reason I decided to put this in the pack was because of this. Alright, what I can do with this is I can sharpen it up very well. I can find a stick that's about the diameter of this hole. I can stick it in there, automatic fishing spear. Plus with these ridges, I can take a piece of paracord or that small cord that I showed you earlier, and I can tie that to that stick, automatic fishing spear. And with these ridges on the back, if I stick a fish with it, it's not coming off. Now also, I carry two of these. One very industrial, two something you can buy at pretty much any store. Those are to secure my my
sleeping bag.
Sleeping bag, yeah, I forgot the name of it. Sorry. And also this, the Samurai Shark. If you're gonna sharpen anything and you don't know what you're doing, these are about the easiest thing that you can learn how to use. I mean, it takes nothing, no pressure. You just adjust the screw on the side, draw in the sharpening stones to the length, to the width that you desire. You can sharpen any blade with this, from samurai swords to hunting knives to something like what I've got for a cooking knife. You can sharpen all of it. I've sharpened everything from here in between with these. These are awesome, and they cost you $2 on eBay. $2. Can't beat it. The last thing I want to show you is the pack. This is the pack that I chose, and I can carry all of this in there with no trouble and room to spare. This thing, you cannot get better than it. It's used by the U.S. military for a tactical bag. It's got rubber on the inside, so if any water spills, it's not going to get to your equipment. It's labeled as a Next pack. It's got that compartment, this one, which you don't need the rubber in here if you got the rubber in here, because nothing's going to leak through. You got the rubber on this side. You've got two pockets up here. I mean, you can't beat it. You really can't. You can't beat the room, the versatility, the lightness of it. I mean, this pack weighs nothing. Anyway, for the first episode of Blue Mohawk Survival, hey man, plan, prepare, and implement.